So I've been paying attention to all this console stuff going on, especially with Xbox, with the Game Pass and all this other stuff. So we gotta talk about it, man. So this article is out by IGN. It says next gen Xbox will reportedly play PlayStation games because it can run Steam. So it's been a whole lot of console war stuff going on, saying Xbox is dead and all this and all that. And listen, I'm an Xbox guy, man. I love Xbox. I also love the PlayStation, especially when I was younger. But you know, I'm more of an Xbox guy. But Xbox has fallen off, man. Xbox, I always thought of PlayStation and Xbox like this. PlayStation had the great story mode games. Xbox always had the better games for online gaming. That's how I always viewed it. I strictly got my PS5 to play story mode games. In Xbox, I really just use it for online, Apex and stuff like that. But my gosh, man, Xbox is falling off, and this is coming from a true hardcore Xbox guy, man. So it says next gen Xbox will reportedly play PlayStation games like God of War and Spider-Man because it's a console / PC hybrid that runs Steam. Now, I think that is kind of cool. Now, I have seen some speculation and rumors that the price is like $1,200. So we will just have to see the specs on this Xbox. But let's see what this report talks about. A new report has revealed details on Microsoft's next-gen Xbox console, which is allegedly a console / PC hybrid that will play PlayStation games released on PC via Steam. I do think that that's actually kind of cool. That means the likes of Sony Santa Monica's God of War, Insomniac Spider-Man, and Sucker Punch's Ghost of Tsushima are pretty much all other PC games will all be playable on the next-gen Xbox in an industry first. Windows Central said that while users of the next-gen Xbox can remain inside the Xbox ecosystem if they want, they can exit to Windows where the console acts like a traditional Windows PC. That means having access to PlayStation games on Steam and mouse and keyboard games from Blizzard's launcher Battle.net, World of Warcraft, and Riot's launcher League of Legends. Essentially, it sounds like the next gen Xbox will be as much as a PC as it is a console. Perhaps it's more of a PC than a console. In truth, this shouldn't come as much as a surprise. Xbox President Sarah Bond has called out the recently released and pricey Asus ROG Xbox Ally X handhelds as pointing in the direction Microsoft is taking with its upcoming console. And I was actually gonna look into one of those, and I might get one because I think that I might be able to play a little bit more story mode games when I'm not streaming if I have one of those. But I'm gonna look into it and see if it's even worth it. It says in an interview with Mashable, Bond talked in vague terms about Microsoft is going for it, but did strongly suggest it will be an expensive device. The next-gen console is going to be a very premium, very high-end curated experience, Bond said. You're starting to see some of the thinking we have in this handheld ROG Xbox Ally, but I don't want to give it all away. Excuse me. The company has confirmed as recently as earlier this month that it still plans to follow the Xbox Series X and S with a next-gen console, and has announced an agreement with AMD to make it happen. Now, I do see all the backlash Xbox is getting because it does feel like the Xbox Series X and S, it just came out not long ago. So people feel like the consoles are just being rushed. And you got to think of it this way too, man. With the economy, with the worldwide issues going on, a lot of people don't have the money to go out and buy a $1,200 console, if that's how much it's going to cost. But they feel like, it's like, what was the point of buying a Series X or an S if you're just going to put out a new system in a year or two? So I kind of feel where people coming from that. Because I literally just bought my X2 and it's like, damn, they already coming out with a new one? That's kind of crazy. Microsoft has promised next level performance, cutting edge graphics, breakthrough gameplay, and unmatched compatibility, and said everything it's working on will be fully compatible with users' existing Xbox game library. That is cool. But I really think Xbox, like, don't get me wrong, I think this console to where you can play PlayStation games on Steam or whatever, I think that is cool. However, I really feel like Xbox should focus on the gaming department, because I feel like if they put out some good games, I feel like they could get back up there. But the games just haven't been there, man. And speaking of like the Game Pass and stuff, see, I cancel my Game Pass because I just don't really play the games like that. I really only play Apex, and I don't need a Game Pass, so I cancel mine after like a year. But they're raising the price of the Game Pass. It's like, just put out good games for people, man. You haven't put out no good games, and now wasn't it something like the exclusives? Like all the Xbox exclusives are now playable on, or not all, but some of them are, like Gears of War and stuff like that. They're available on PlayStation. So it's I don't know, it's just weird. They need to focus on gaming, because yes, a nice console is cool, but if you don't have stuff to play on it, it's kind of like a backhanded compliment. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. But it says prior comments from Bond have backed the console/PC hybrid suggestion of this is all about building you a gaming platform that's always with you, so you can play games that you want across devices wherever you want, delivering you an Xbox experience not locked to a single store or tied to one device, Bond said. That's why we're working closely with Windows team to ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming. Xbox is set to go up against PlayStation once again, with both Microsoft and Sony reportedly set to release their next-gen consoles in 2027. So PlayStation has a new console coming out too. Wow, okay. I just bought my PS5 as well. I like the PS5. I haven't played it much lately, but I like it. We beat The Last of Us on stream. I'm going to play The Last of Us 2 when I get free time, but the next year Xbox is taking a different route this time, but the expectation is the PS6 will be a more traditional console, offering genuinely exclusive games as the PS5 does now. Speaking of exclusives, Microsoft has well and truly walked away from the entire concept after announcing Halo Campaign Evolved for PS5 in 2020. See, and that's what I'm saying. That's the thing that Xbox had. They had the exclusives like Gears of War, Halo. But see, I heard that Halo and all these things were going to PlayStation, so now they don't even have that, so that's weird. Bond had said the idea of a video game exclusive locked to a single storefront has become antiquated for most people, so Halo jumped to what was once considered its bitter rival. Didn't come as much of a surprise either. Well, that's the article, y'all. I don't know. At this point, listen, Xbox just haven't put out really good games, man. They haven't had really good games to play in a very long time. That's mainly one of the reasons why I only play Apex. I just play Battle Royale. That's what I play because I enjoy it. I have fun with it. No good story mode games, man. As a kid, I used to love story mode games. I used to play nothing but story mode games. But Xbox, man, they fell off. But that's the reason why I bought a PS5 and it's sitting downstairs in my living room, because, well, I wanted to play some story mode games, and I've been playing a little bit. I started the God of War. We beat The Last of Us on stream. I downloaded a couple other ones that I've been playing off and on. I downloaded Cyberpunk, but it was alright. It wasn't all that to me, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Gaming, the whole world is just in a weird spot right now. I guess we shall see, but Xbox should really focus on putting games out instead of a console, I feel like, because I feel like if you don't have anything to play, then a new console really does nothing for anybody. So post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed my thoughts on this, make sure you hit that like and hit that sub, alright? Let me know what you guys think, man. Do you guys think that a new console is what they need to be doing, or do they need to focus on bringing out better quality games? Let me know what you guys think. I'll catch y'all on the next, man. 100,000 subscribers is grind time. Let's get